Is there a healthcare divide between England and Wales? I'm crossing the Severn Bridge to speak to Welsh cancer patients. Many feel because there's no cancer drugs fund in Wales, life expectancy is reduced compared to patients in England. Beth Margetson from Porthcawl was recommended a potentially life-prolonging drug, Afinitor, automatically available in England, but in Wales it goes to a health panel to decide whether Beth's case is exceptional. She was rejected.
I'm a 50-year-old woman with a 16-year-old daughter who wants to stay alive. I have an 87-year-old father who I look after. I want to stay alive. I mean, I am exceptional because I should be dead by now, but I'm fighting for my life. So I have a right to have that drug. If I'd lived in Bristol, I would have had it on the NHS.
Swansea oncologist John Wagstaff says only 15% of his applicants are successfully considered exceptional for drugs that are routinely available in England.
You try and think up arguments for exceptionality, and sometimes you hit on something, and you might use that a couple of times later for other patients, and then you get a letter from the panel saying that if you apply with the same argument again, it ceases to be exceptional. So it's very, very difficult to know what exceptional is, and if you ask them, they just send you a definition from a dictionary as to what exceptional means, so that's really not very much help at all.
The English Cancer Drugs Fund, worth £200 million, was set up by the Coalition in 2010, giving patients access to new drugs that were licensed but not approved by Medicines Advisory Group NICE. But the Welsh Labour government has resisted the idea.
So why are there two different policies on either side of this bridge? Well, the truth is that these drugs may prolong life for some, but they are eye-wateringly expensive and they don't work for everybody.
We don't have a cancer drugs fund because, as the best research says, it is ethically dubious, clinically contentious and unpopular with patients.
Not unpopular with cancer patients I've spoken to.
Well, very unpopular with patients in the round.
The government view here is that it's unfair to have a special fund for one type of illness. But today that's being challenged by a 100,000-strong petition supported by opposition parties in Wales.
The reason why Mark Drakeford and Carwyn Jones will not bring forward a cancer drugs fund in Wales is solely political. It's because the UK government brought it forward in 2010 and they are not prepared to bring it forward here in Wales. I think that's shameful and I think it's completely unethical.
Some have found ways to get the drugs. Rosemary raided her pension to pay £20,000 for a treatment, and because it worked, on appeal proved she was exceptional.
It's given me a new lease of life. It's given me a chance to live again. That's how I feel. All of a sudden I feel I've got a new lease of life. It's given me a chance to live again, and everybody deserves that chance.
Annie failed her panel and so moved to her daughter's home in London so she could get Avastin on the English NHS.
I run a support group for cancer patients in Cardiff, so once a month I meet people and hear what treatments they're getting, and I know that I'm getting very different treatments in England. It's terribly hard and a terrible burden to me to really confront that.
These women are certainly all exceptional fighters, fighting their illness and what they feel is an unfair system. Jason Farrell, Sky News.